Hi, we're here with the Hospitality Training Academy, HTA, and we're going to be sharing a series of videos showing how to use food that you might find at a food bank to make food on a budget and simple, delicious meals that you can share with your family. We're going to be making a spicy chicken mac and cheese. We're using some very basic ingredients. We've got some elbow macaroni, can of cream of mushroom soup as a base, can of chicken, some Velveeta cheese, and any sort of processed cheese is fine, and some spices. We'll use some paprika, garlic powder, salt, and pepper. We probably have to add a spot of water to this, and then we'll top the whole thing off with a little spicy breadcrumb mixture made of breadcrumbs, and also some crushed flaming hot Cheetos will blend in with our breadcrumbs. So here we have some boiling water. For our pasta, we're going to add some salt. You want to make it fairly salty. Very important that the pasta goes into rapidly boiling water and that we stir it right away with a spoon, otherwise it can stick together. So we're going to add, I'm just going to add a little bit to show you the technique. We're not going to cook all of this. As soon as it's in, give it a little bit of a stir. Once it's back up to a boil, you don't really have to stir it much, maybe once or twice in the middle to make sure it's not sticking together. And we're going to cook this until it has a little bit of firmness left in it still, because we're going to pop this in the oven to finish baking it off with a little bit of a crumble top on it, a breadcrumb crust on the top. So we want to make sure that we're not overcooking the pasta. You could choose also to cook this pasta until it's extremely soft and have a different style of mac and cheese. Here we are, right? Got our pasta cooked over here. And what should we do, chefs?
We should open up the mushroom soup.
Okay, mushroom soup goes in,
Start to really dilute that down.
Okay. And we're just going to put some in here. This is basically what we call a bechamel sauce. We'll put this in the pan. And chef, go ahead and thin that down a little bit.
Yep. And add a little bit of water. We're just making a sauce from the soup.
This is a canned chicken, and as you know, they preserve it with the salt. You could always rinse it, and that will reduce 40% of the salt that is in the product, making it a little bit more heart-friendly for you.
Now we'll add the cheese, right?
We also chose the hot chips because it was kind of fun to kind of jazz it up than a normal everyday sort of mac and cheese, and kind of give it that a little bit more of a youthfulness.
Yeah, so you can adjust the spice level with adjusting how much of the
breadcrumbs,
the Cheetos you use in relation to the breadcrumbs. So we're going to go ahead and add a little bit of garlic, granulated garlic to this, some pepper. We can add a pinch of paprika to this. Then we'll go ahead and add our pasta in. And we'll add the chicken last because we don't want to break that up too much. There we go. And gently stir that around. And there's our mac and cheese base right there. Now we'll put on a glove, and I'm going to, my gloved hand, brush a little bit of oil on the bottom of this pan. And not a lot of oil, just to make it so it doesn't stick. And then we'll scoop all of this in there. Yeah, I think it's just gonna fit.
Just barely, yeah. Just get it all in there. With the spice topping, if you noticed, it's all ground up. I put it in a Ziploc bag, and then I just banged it up with a rolling pin and rolled it around and crushed it up. So I didn't have to make a mess around the whole kitchen.
There we go, and a little bit of Parmesan cheese. And nobody will stop you if you want to put some minced parsley on this as well. And then we'll take this, we'll pop this in an oven at about 350 degrees until it gets a little toasty on top. Yeah, actually, let's say 400 probably,
Yep.
right? 400 degrees until it gets toasty on top. And here is our finished mac and cheese. Our spicy mac and cheese with our flaming top, right?
Right.
I can see the Frito chip color there.
Yeah, it's turned an unusual color, didn't it?
Beautiful.
And we'll top this with a little parsley. Thanks for watching this. This is our flaming hot Cheetos mac and cheese with chicken. So, or
That's right.
flaming hot chicken mac and cheese.
Chicken and cheese, yeah.
And there we are. Thanks for watching.